time I walk up here now, every single time I walk up here, it's the same feeling. Look at that. You can't get any more amber, not even in Nebraska. The nice thing about it is that it belongs to us. Hey, check it out. Security's got a nice rig at Siletz there. Look at that. You see what I mean? It just peeks right through. So we're coming back over here. Look at, I can hear the MC just talking. Listen, look at that right there. Jeez, listen. That's what I was trying to say. Look and listen. But I'm stuttering with excitement, stumbling over my own words. So here we are. Lot 57, back at it again. Now, when you talk about maximizing potential, look, I even got deer tracks. We got some sacred deer tracks right there. Look at, let's see, can I get it on there? Boom. Deer tracks. See, even the deer want a powwow right here. See, look, there's my size 10.5, 11 right there. You see, bam, first side view. They're pretty big deer and elk running through here, you know. Probably backing that way. So, you can have the announcer stand right here. This would be your platform for the announcer stand, somewhere in here. Either that, or we just put the bleachers up, like right in this area, from the fence around in a horseshoe, so everybody can catch it over this way. And then right here is where we're going to have our center of the floor, obviously, for good reasons. You can hear the MC calling out the drums right now. All right, Northern Creek, give us a beautiful, beautiful intertribal for all of our friends and relatives here at the first annual Chinook Winds Casino Resort Contest Powwow and Coast Fair. Hey-cha! You know? I wanted to come down here and film at sunset because, I mean, that's the other backdrop, and it's lit up really nice. There's our Rogue River Steakhouse right up in there. And the convention center is just right up there under that nice big roof there. The mezzanine floor, the business offices are over there. But no one in the world would be able to come to any other powwow and be able to just walk right up to the ocean. Powwow is life, and anybody who knows powwow knows life in its truest sense. They know good times and they know hard times, just like everybody else. But for powwow people, there's an exception, because we love to dance and we love to sing. We love to feel good about things in this world, you know. Like to find inanimate crab shells. Little tiny one. That's pretty cool though. All the way out here at the ocean again. If you come across the powwow arena, come all the way back to here. It's perfect. Look, we got one of my buddies coming up to me. See what he says about the powwow. You coming back here to harass me? Huh? My name's Ron. What's your name?
Gary.
Gary. Okay, Gary.
How's it going?
Good. Doing a powwow promotional video. Okay. Look at the glow off our windows right there. Look at that, folks. That right. This is Gary, everybody. He's security at Chinook Winds.
Okay. Well, they asked me to have you leave lot 57.
Who said that?
Surveillance.
Surveillance ain't got no right to tell anybody what to do on their own tribal property. Really?
I really do. They sent me out, so. Were you advised earlier about
I'm a tribal member here, so this would be my reservation, so I don't have to. Okay. That's the law, as it stands.
You want to come with me and we can talk about it? Or do you want me to have a supervisor come out here?
I'm coming out here to film a promotional video right now for a build-up to a powwow that's going to happen, you know, that my tribe's going to host. That this casino's our casino. So like anywhere on this property, this is all tribal property by treaty rights. Signed by the United States Department of the Interior. You know what I mean?
Okay, you don't have to give me your spiel.
All I'm saying, I'm just coming out here. I'm not bothering anybody on my property. This is my reservation.
Well, I have to ask you to leave, so.
By whose authority, though, is what I want to know.
I work here. I just do what I'm told.
But I'm just saying, whose authority? Is it the head of security? Because if he wants to keep his job, then he'll stop harassing tribal members when they're coming out here shooting video. So I'll go in the casino, do what I have to do, go get some coffee, go buy some more food, play some more games. But just pass it on to your supervisor that if he keeps it up, I'm going to bring it to tribal council. Okay? I'd like to talk to somebody and ask them why they think that they can keep me off of my property.
Okay. Why don't you come up to the office? That way we can clarify this.
I mean, I don't want to get off on a bad note with anybody. That's exclusive. What I'm looking at is just walking out here on my land, you know.
I'm escorting this guest to the office who'd like to speak to a supervisor.
It's so funny to me.
Are they sending out here?
Well, I mean, you got a job to do. You just do what you're told. But this place belongs to us.
Well,
and that's exactly what I'm going to convey to the management.
You know, that doesn't mean that you can do anything you want on tribal property.
What am I doing what am I doing on tribal property besides?
I guess you were advised earlier about taking photographs inside.
I wasn't advised on anything. I'm throwing some trash in the trash can there that was out in the lot that somebody didn't pick up in maintenance. All the cigarette butts on the ground and all the people who throw trash away around here. There's a lot more stuff. I was taking videos for a video for marketing. But that's okay.
Is somebody en route? Okay. Maybe if you had gotten some sort of answer.
There's no such thing from somebody. There's not really any such thing.
Well, we have policies that we have to go by. One of the things is photographs and.
Not on the gaming floor. I was not filming on the gaming floor, and I never would, and I never will, because that's the rules. I know what the rules are. Administrative and all I'm doing here is filming a video for a powwow promotion idea that I'm putting together with the committee, showing on video what it's going to be.
Yeah, but they probably should have cleared something so that, you know, anytime we see somebody
walking around looking at the beach with a camera.
Well, yeah, we don't allow people to be out here when there's not anything going on.
But this is, like I said before, no disrespect to you or anybody, but whether the management or otherwise, no disrespect, that this is our land, and we do have exclusive rights over it all. And
that doesn't mean that because you're tribal that you can do anything on the casino property. Doesn't mean that you have rights to do anything.
Yes, well, not
anything, everything and anything on your property.
No, I'm not doing anything but walking around with my video camera promoting a powwow idea.
Well, you could have gotten clearance with somebody. whoever you're talking to.
Clearance. If I have tribal ID in my pocket, this place
well,
exists because of our tribe being a
I'll let somebody
confederation.
else talk to you.
Okay.
Because I'm not, I don't know all the policy verbatim, so I'm not going to try to
Well,
explain that to you.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of offensive. Once again, I feel offended in my own home. Now, if somebody comes into a man's home and they're disrespectful, how is a man supposed to react? I'm not doing anything but coming out here promoting a powwow idea, like I said in the first place. If you guys are telling me that I can't walk around our own property that we own exclusively and take some video of some sunsets and some really cool ideas I've had. I just went up and talked to marketing earlier. You know, I mean, what's wrong with that is what I'd like to know.
Well, let's talk to the supervisor. She probably has a better handle on it. Is she coming? I didn't hear her, no. Maybe my radio's not. Okay. Yo, this is Ashley.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I discussed it with that. Good, how's it going?
Good. What's happening? Want to see me?
Oh, well, no, he said if you'd like to speak to a supervisor, I said I think that'd be a good idea. I'm promoting a powwow idea, nothing
Right.
more, nothing less. I've talked to management, I've talked to Mike about this already.
Sure.
All I'm doing is walking around on our own tribal property, filming a possible powwow venue, catching the sunsets. My excitement about it has nothing to do with interfering with gaming activities that, you know, constitute violations of filming on the floor, which I won't do.
Right.
I mean, I already am aware of the parameters, what's good for the NIGC and what's not. All I'm doing here is trying to promote this idea that could possibly make this place over $15 million in a weekend. I've seen it work at other casinos and talked to many powwow professionals.
We've talked about it.
I'm not here as a threat or posing a risk to anything or anyone.
Right.
And by walking around on my property and somebody telling me, especially a non-tribal member telling me that I can't walk around with, that's all I'm doing.
Right.
If I was committing a crime or someone was committing a crime, I would expect these guys to do something about it.
Sure.
Just like I would do something about it. You snatch a purse more than you expect to get your ass beat. You know what I mean? By me. That's all I know. You snatch an old lady's purse, dude, that's just street justice in and of itself. But security should take care of all the problems. I'm not a problem.
Right.
Never have been and I never will be.
Right, but you understand though, if we're having somebody, we're gonna make contact with them if we're not familiar with what's going on. I mean, you know, if you'd have emailed me, Ron, and said, hey, I wanna film this idea from the powwow, I'm gonna be out here with a camera, if you guys notice me,
But
that's
tribal
why.
members
We don't know who you are.
Well, okay, that's fine.
And we do have
Yes,
signs
we do.
out here.
Surveillance knows who
We do
I
have
am very
signs out
well.
here that say no
Everybody in this
trespassing.
casino knows who I am
Right,
very well.
but all my guys don't.
Okay, well, maybe you should tell them I'm here to just be a tribal member.
If I have to do that with everybody, that would just take up too much time.
Okay, well, my name is Ronald Vincent Belgar.
I know who you
Owner
are.
number 1360, the
I know who
Confederated
you
Tribe
are.
of Siletz, Awry. We're Sikh Indians. Because we're not Indians, we're from India. I'm not here to create a problem.
Right,
I'm just
okay.
here to get some video.
Sure.
That's all I'm doing is talking to people out there in the YouTube community so that, hey, how you guys doing? My name's Ron. I'm here to excite you about the opportunity to first ever powwow with a Pacific Coast tribal view.
Oh, sure, it's a great idea.
Thousands of dancers,
Right.
hundreds of drums, and lots of people, and lots of money being put into those machines in a buffet, and the county and the fairground.
Well, and a lot of people walking around with cameras filming might not have the same intentions that you do, so we gotta stop and check.
I'm gonna be that
Regardless
Homeland
of who you are.
Security stuff here.
It doesn't matter. I'm responsible for protecting this property, not you.
I understand, and
So, that's my job.
we are all tribal members too. That's me before anybody.
I'm employed by the tribe to do that.
That's great, you're employed by me.
Specifically. No, by the tribe.
The tribe is me.
Right, you're not just the tribe, there's more than just you.
And at least
A lot more
2/3 of
than
the
just you.
people appreciate and understand and
So-
respect what I have to say.
And I do as well.
So
But
I'm
you
saying
should
to you,
respect what I have to say
as a First
too.
Nations representative of my people, the Confederated Tribe of Siletz, which is Tatutin, Kalapuya, Smith,
I don't-
Pitt, Rogue River,
I know.
Chassachek,
We've talked
Nogales,
before.
Laura, Quat, Coos, Yuki, Wailaki, Concow, All of those tribes right there are homeland security for this and every other tribal business.
Right.
Every other tribal business, because it's our personal investment. Without the tribal membership and an act of Congress, the Confederated Tribes of Siletz does not exist. And I mean, first and foremost, its people and its treaty rights and responsibilities. Bureau of Indian Affairs has a relationship with our tribe. So does the National Indian Gaming Commission, the Senate on Indian Affairs, you name it. The President's office has a room specifically for our tribal people and their grievances alone. So it's our responsibility as the people to protect our industries, which employ you and everyone else who is paid on salary or hourly.
Not the kind of protection that I provide.
No. The security, sir.
Ours is.
I'm aware. No. The state of Oregon. No, the state of Oregon has.
Ron, I don't need a lesson on this.
Well, I'm not saying that you need a lesson.
It's simple.
What I'm saying is that everybody thinks they're going to usurp authority over us, which is not the case.
I'm not trying to usurp authority. I'm just saying if you would have just called me and let me know, or said, hey, I'm going to be out here filming.
Okay, all right.
Just to alert my people.
I understand that.
Just so I can alert my people.
Okay, Ron's going to be out on the property. I respect that.
That's all I'm asking.
Okay, then we're good.
That's easy.
But when you say things like that, I had a similar incident last year here when I was employed here, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I wrote a 4-page documentation of this and submitted to Human Resources, and I was shafted even then. So when they look at the protection, the sovereignty, the sanctity of our tribal well-being, it wasn't protected here at any time. And 2 non-tribal members won against me as I was floated back to Portland because I had to find work opportunity in another venue. Now, when somebody makes racist statements or comments to me like that, you know, I'm pretty damn surprised at myself for not overreacting.
Sure.
I reacted very strongly and harshly in my thoughts, but it wasn't anything to do with anybody feeling bad after I left here. So I said, well, fine, if they're going to see this non-tribal racist point of view in my place of business when they're getting a paycheck here, I have no other choice but to take it in front of people who I will hope will listen to me, and that would be our general and tribal councils. So with that being said, I'm still here. I'm not going to let that little petty ass little thing get in my way.
Sure.
Okay. Secondly, I'm here to bolster everything that's going on here and turn a multi-million-dollar endeavor into billions of dollars. I think that I have what it takes. I've proven it already in every other facet of my life. But here.
And on a personal level, I can agree with you. And you can ask people around here. I've said if any comment about you has been positive, I have nothing but respect for you.
Oh, I mean, I don't care if people make negative comments.
Intelligent guy.
It doesn't matter.
And I'm not asking you to call me to grant you permission to be on the property.
Just let me know ahead of time. I appreciate that too.
127 people that work for me, and I need to let them know some stuff.
I appreciate that too.
I know you have good intentions. You're filming. You're getting good shots. I don't care as long as you're not on the casino floor. But let my guys know so they know that you're not, okay, what's this guy out here?
I went today. I woke up this morning. I said to myself, wow, I really love the casino. Okay, great. So what are we going to do to make more money for it? And then an advertising scheme just comes to mind. So I went around and shared it a little bit. You know what I mean? Sure. These are things that, I mean, it's not going to involve security or anybody.
Right. No,
what it's going to involve is some really clever people in marketing that want to make more money.
Right.
You know, and then you guys will protect the interests and the variables.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. And you know, thank guys like Gary for noticing that someone's out where they're not supposed to be.
I wasn't a law enforcement position myself, so I know what it's like. So, you know, I mean, yeah, you have to do threat assessment scenarios, but he's seen me, I've seen him, he's pulled into the gas station where I work, you know what I mean? So
this is my first time meeting you. Michelle.
Michelle, I've met you before, actually.
Have we?
Yeah,
Because
you
I'm
wore
new
a
to
black
this
jacket.
I used to be in this,
and you were working the mornings last year, about a year and 6 months.
Graveyard.
Or graveyard to morning, excuse me.
Right.
And the soft count team.
Well, then we haven't
would meet you
formally met, so thank you. Yes, I did remember seeing you now in soft count, right?
Yeah,
a couple
you
of
look
times.
a lot more assertive than you did then.
I do now?
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. I'm more supervisory position.
You were hoping to make a police officer's position, from my understanding. If
Oh, no.
No, that was another gal.
Another gal. Another gal.
I get my one.
But I remember seeing you for soft count, now that you're drawing my attention to that when I let them in on graveyard. So I'm glad we formally met. Thank you.
One of the things I can say with you guys, since we can talk candidly, is that I know who doesn't like me and who does. And I don't care. My thought is that I'm here, I'm doing the right thing. There are kids out there in my tribe that are getting killed because of drugs and alcohol. There are kids hanging themselves over bullshit, you know. My thought is to say, all right, well, I've had enough of that. I've had enough of people in privileged positions and authoritative type scenarios that are gonna, say, well, I know everything and you know nothing. It's like, poor, pitiful little human being, why don't you take the reins that you've got and lead your people to something stronger and better? Because as it stands right now, 90% of our people are in poverty. 90% of the Siletz tribe. You wouldn't think so when you're walking around here, but then you see the paychecks and you see who's getting the paychecks, and then it leads you to other questions, about money and, sanctity and sovereignty and so on. How you doing? How you handling it? But
Well, I appreciate your willingness to talk to us, but, I didn't know you, and I didn't recognize you. I think it's just communication that we're just looking for. Sure. That's all.
that's good. Okay, well, I appreciate that too. Him and I, he's very assertive in his job too. You should be happy that you have somebody like him.
Well, it's just,
He reminded me of a police officer on the streets, because when somebody walks up, you call that, they'll look up and look down.
Really, because
he's a nice guy.
But he's seen me before in
Yeah.
passing, and then we haven't seen
No,
her
we've
again.
talked before.
Yeah,
so.
all right. So just communication then
yeah.
in the future,
Yeah.
please.
and letting us know.
And then that way
I
this
think
won't
you're brilliant.
happen.
I think you're well spoken. You have panache, with the right
I
pace.
used to take it a different
The right pace,
tack.
I think you could do whatever you wanted to do.
My heart
Sometimes you gotta
doesn't
play
work
the
that
damn
way,
game,
homie. My heart doesn't work that way. If I
Just don't.
talked to 300 people today, and every single one of those people felt what I said. So this isn't a sale. This isn't
No.
Toyota where I actually sold land. You know what I mean? It's just me going out there, looking at the way that things are, and watching Restaurant Hotel Impossible, and put two and two together and saying, well, damn it, this racket could be a bigger racket, and
Well, we
growth
appreciate
and
your
opportunity.
creativity. That is.
That's all it is, man. I'm not here to be like, oh, right in the next thing.
Just communication. That's all. Go through the chains.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Nice to meet you again.
Thanks.
All right.